For the last couple of years, this is a sight that's becoming more common across Kenya. Bulldozers digging up the ground, rolling out tarmac for roads and creating a foundation for Kenya's new economy. Today, they're working on the highway between central Kenya and Nairobi city. Just one of many projects like this. Infrastructure has been cited as a key pillar for growth. After a slowdown in 2009 due to the global credit crunch, Kenya's economy is expected to rebound strongly this year, stimulated by this infrastructure development.
When we started building roads in the early 60s and the 70s, we just built. Now, roads have got a life. Over time, they deteriorate and they die. In the 80s and the 90s, the regime of maintenance was not as strict as the one we have enforced now. Now we are forcing that once a road is actually built or rehabilitated, there must be a continuous spending of finances, however minimal, to make sure that it's maintainable and stays maintainable.
Kenya, East Africa's biggest economy, seeks to turn the country into a medium-income nation in the next 20 years and has identified local authorities as crucial to the fulfillment of this objective.
When it comes to local authorities, we had a few issues last year that we felt should be really addressed this year, in the sense that the funds that were made available to local authorities, and local authorities are the ones that cover right across the country, was substantially less. So one of the issues that we wanted, and that's one thing, is to make sure that the allocation that Kenya goes to the Kenyan Urban Roads Authority is substantially increased, hopefully proportionately with the rest, so that we can have better cities that can be able to commute in between places. The issue of traffic jams now is not only in Nairobi.
Last year, Kenya issued an 18.5 billion shilling infrastructure bond, and the proceeds have been used on the construction of roads, dams, geothermal wells and other projects.
Last year, about 700 kilometers of road was constructed, new roads, those were new road constructed, and about over 1,000 kilometers of road was maintained, and then about over 1,000 again kilometers were rehabilitated.
Without roads, the economy can go. There is a saying that the economy follows the roads, not the other way around. You don't improve the economy and hope that the roads will come. The economy follows the roads. So for the government to achieve Vision 2030, there is a focused intention to bring our roads, especially the major highways, into what we call motorable.
Kenya's Finance Minister Uhuru Kenyatta recently unveiled a 997 billion shilling budget where 182 billion was allocated to infrastructural development.
The minister was actually very generous in my view, and it reflects the legacy, I think, of the president. We are seeing major roadworks taking place, and also we really think if we want to develop this country, we must deal with the infrastructure issues.
In the medium term to long term, we'll see things like other areas being opened up, and transportation cost will go down, and this will go towards reducing the cost of doing business, and also the final price for goods and services will go down, and hence increase economic activity.
In the past, most of the country's resources have been used up to develop its cities and towns, resulting in poor infrastructure between town centres. Currently, more resources have been devolved to the local level through schemes such as the Constituency Development Fund and the Constituency Road Committees.
We made amendments in the finance bill, which became an act of 2009. And part of it was to ensure that the money that used to go to the constituencies through a program known as the District Roads Committees will actually be channeled now through the Constituency Roads Committees. And so, you know, like many bureaucratic issues, there have been challenges to the extent that not all of that money has been disbursed by the government to the constituencies. But that's over.
We want to bring what we call business sense into management of roads. Roads are big business. Like now, you talk about 100 billion, 10% of the economy, of the revenue collections that we expect this coming financial year, of the government budget. 10% is not small money. It's a lot of money. So roads are big business. And being big business, of course, they generate a lot of other problems. But how do we manage to instill the regime of consciousness, accountability, and making sure we get value for money? Kenya Roads Board is very strong in auditing works. Once these roads have been developed, we have an arm in Kenya Roads Board that goes out to audit, technically, performance-wise, and financially.
It is expected that this infrastructural development will provide a launching pad for the country as it prepares for the coming on board of the East Africa Community Customs Union and Common Market Protocol effective from the 1st of July 2010.